What's going on, everybody? Young Ben signing in with another video. Today I want to give a boxing take. Today I just watched a really good boxing card last night on the Zone Matchroom promotional handle, and it was a lot of good fights on there. But the fight I want to talk about is Jaron Ennis versus Chukhadzhian. I think that's how you say his name. He's Ukrainian, but I want to shout out both of those guys. A very tough fight. I always like to give respect to both men for getting in the ring, bro. Like, you got in the ring and you fought. Like, it's a fight. And it's just, you just got to be in another place mentally to get in there. So I always like to give respect on that. But my reaction and my perspective from the fight, these guys have already fought in the past. They have history. They fought a year and a half ago, and Jaron Ennis won the fight convincingly. 12-0 the guy. You know what I mean? Karen did not win a round in the first fight. So why were they fighting again? Hey, that is beyond me. To this day, I am still trying to figure out and understand the business of boxing. But, you know, on the outside is like, how do you mentally get up and feel motivated to fight somebody that you already done beat easy? And now you have to turn around and fight him again when there's really nothing for you to win. You know, you have everything to lose. And that was really how the fight was set up. It was a lose-lose situation for Boots when he didn't, you know, get the knockout. So he didn't get the knockout last night, and he didn't look that great in the ring, to be honest. I feel like but yeah, he didn't look great in the ring, and I thought he fought with a lack of patience. I thought that he did not show Karen any respect during the fight, approaching the fight. And that is always the rule number one in boxing, is that you have to respect all your opponents. This is another grown man getting in the ring, throwing punches as hard as he can, trying to hurt you. So you have to give respect on that at all times. And I'm going to say this because I think on a level, Boots is starting to believe his own hype, because he does get so much respect from the boxing community and people, you know, around him, the fans. They know that he is a very talented fighter and that he can do so many different things in the ring. But when boxing is such a unique sport, because it's not a season. It's not a basketball season. It's not a football season. You get one night to show the world what you can do, and then for another 3 to 4 months, 5 months, we don't hear from you again. We don't see you again. So it's a very big spotlight on you at one point in time to show, okay, are you still leveling up or are you digressing? And I'm not going to say that he's digressing, because I think all the talent is still there. Like, he has all the talent in the world, but mentally he did not approach this fight in the right manner. And a lot of the things I was hearing, like even from his dad, and shout out Mr. Ennis, because, you know, from afar I never met, you know, either one of these guys, but I have a lot of respect for those father-son duos that are able to, you know, just make a name for themselves and do something, you know, big in the sport. But I didn't like the advice that Mr. Ennis was giving last night. I didn't really like the advice, because every time he was saying, Boots, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. And I feel like from Boots' standpoint, it's frustrating to keep hearing that every time you come back to the corner. Like, you're not doing something right. You're not doing something good. Why is he still in there? Why is he still in there? And I think Mr. Bozy wasn't giving Korean any respect either, because of the way that, you know, they won the last time and the way that Korean fought. Korean ran around the ring. He didn't want to engage. You lose a fighter's respect when you don't come into the ring ready to fight. And so I feel like they both had a lack of respect for Korean Chukhadzhian. And it showed. Instead of Mr. Bozy, because I don't watch a lot of Boots fights, usually is boots to the body, boots to the body, body boots. Like, that's what he be saying the whole fight. You know what I mean? Every time he come into the corner. I didn't hear that this fight. So that was the approach that Boots really needed to hear. And, you know, to go for, you know, this time, because Korean came to fight this time. He had everything to gain and win. He's like, I got embarrassed last time. I'm not finna come let a guy embarrass me 2 times in a row. I'm going to put up a fight this time. So I had to kind of look around, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the parking lot, so gotta watch my back. I'm not just anybody. Shout out Drake. But yeah, I think that was a bad approach. And I think because after that first round kind of came around and he saw that Korean was going to come, you know, forth, because Korean stood right in the middle of the ring, like on his front foot. I was like, okay, he here tonight. Like he here. And I think that kind of took Boots aback for a second, because he kind of pushed to the ropes in those first few seconds, and in that first minute just was like, whoa, okay, I wasn't expecting this. Not to say he was, you know, tentative or anything, but he just wasn't expecting that. You can tell. So with doing that, I feel like he should have just took that round and maybe the second round and just see what Korean really want to do today. What does he really bring to the table tonight? It's so much unexpected when, once again, a guy fights you running around the ring the first time, and then the second time, okay, it's like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, what are you about to bring to the table? I don't know. So he should have felt them out, in my opinion, those first 2 rounds to really see. And once, you know, Korean was showing, okay, I'm gonna be aggressive tonight. Now, Boots, this is you. Like, you a counterpuncher. You love when guys come forward. You're a great counterpuncher. So take a step back and use your movement tonight. Use, you know what I'm saying, your feints. You know what I mean? And he didn't do that. I'm like, this was your time to go into your bag and not to even really get touched like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, you know, get in your bag. And we didn't see that. He kept fighting anxious. He kept trying to, you know, push the fight, you know, to make it a fight. But Korean was coming forward. He didn't have to do that. So overall, an underwhelming performance. And he said, you know, something in his post-fight interview as far as like the weight. Is Boots having a tough time making 147? I don't think it's easy. I mean, you seen him in his like off season, and when he don't have fights, I mean, he's definitely a much more filled out guy. You know, like, you can tell he's much bigger than 147 pounds, probably closer to like a 175 walking around. You know what I'm saying? So he taking off some weight. And I even in that like them earlier rounds, I was like, it didn't feel like Boots had a lot of on his shots like he usually do. Like, he usually turn his shit over, and the guy is, you know, can feel it. It didn't seem like he had a lot of pop on his shots last night. So, and he, you know, he mentioned going up to the next weight class, you know, 154. So, like I said, overall, an underwhelming performance. But once again, I'm not, you know, selling any stock on like who he is. I think bro is still one of the most dynamic, talented fighters. 27 years old still. I think he's approaching his prime. But we gotta see that consistency in, you know, your performance to make people really know and say like you are one of them guys. So I expect him to be back in the ring pretty soon. It's already the end of the year. He did take more shots this fight. You know, he wore the glasses, you know, after the fight during the press conference. So I'm not to say he got beat up, but he took some shots. So, you know, but both of those guys, you know, get well, spend some time with your family, take some time off, and we'll see you guys again.